I feel like at the time my life was like a dumpster that got dumped on top of itself and thrown down a hill.
In COVID that you
Literally, yes. If you want an exciting life, I suggest that you buy a business during COVID, especially one that's like
face-to-face.
Face-to-face.
Social distancing.
Yeah, it was great. It was really like everybody.
You use one of those old people claws to try to grab your hair.
Yeah, no problem. Like the old Floby, like everybody gets, you get a mask. Everybody get 3 masks.
Oh,
it was interesting and daring, but that transition and that point was very overwhelming.
Let's talk tails. Today's guest says reflective brunette and multifaceted reds are the colors that keep her daydreaming. As the salon owner and the leader of a dynamic team at Tantrum Salon in beautiful Mesa, Arizona, today's guest delights in coaching her stylist towards long-term relationships with guests. And her favorite looks to teach are dynamic, wearable, and beautiful, empowering salon professionals to deliver brilliant results every time. In 2023, she represented the United States as the Gold Creative Colorist at the Global Creative Awards. In 2024, she was a NAHA nominee in Team category. She is the founder of Spark Pro Global, providing executive assistance to creative professionals. It's Heather Harris. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you, Taylor?
Doing awesome. So thank you so much for coming here. Tell me the tale of your hair journey. Like, were you a little girl just like always braiding everyone's hair? Or tell me a little bit about that.
Funny you should ask. I was not. I was a super tomboy. I still enjoy doing a lot of things that are athletic and outdoors. But I had an aunt named Sunny who did hair at my home. She wound up she was a stylist, and when she went through a divorce, she moved in with my family with her 2 young children, and my dad built a salon attachment to our home so she could work from home while we took care of her kids. And I loved seeing the people come in and out, the transformations that would take place, and her job just looked like so much more fun than anybody else's. And I remember sitting in her salon during the summer days or after school and just watching the transformations take place and thinking, this is amazing, I want to do it. So I didn't braid anybody's hair. I actually started off with a haircut on my best friend's mom when I was around 12, which is horrifying. Yeah. She came and said, can someone just trim a little off the back of my hair? Her husband usually did it. And I said, of course I can. I have a 12-year-old, and I am horrified to think that she trusted me to do this.
Right.
But I did what we would call like a seesaw haircut. And it got gradually shorter and shorter until she had a really nice classic French bob, which was not what she was going for, but it was my first haircut and I thought it was successful. And then I started doing friends' hair when I was around, like I said, probably in the 12 to 14-year range, doing highlights for people and just mimicking what I saw my aunt do. And the technique was probably pretty flawed and messy, but the end results were beautiful. So I started building a clientele when I was around 13 or 14 years old.
Wow. So you realized you had the power to do this at 12 or 13 years old. That's amazing.
I don't know that I realized I had the power. I think I was just too dumb to know that I shouldn't be doing it. So I just kept doing it.
So what's the tale you told yourself to say, you know what, I can make this a career?
I remember that same aunt. And interestingly enough, I didn't know we'd be starting off talking about this. She gave me this beautiful necklace with this piece of turquoise in it.
It's gorgeous.
And I turned it into a bolo tie. Mm-hmm. But the point of the story is, this is the Aunt Sunny. Like, this was from her. I have like little sunshine stamped on the back. It's like my friendship necklace with her, but she was my idol, my mentor, always the best, most positive attitude. And I remember seeing the stacks of cash she would get, because back then everything was cash. And I loved counting it for her at the end of her day. And I started realizing that's a lot of cash for having fun and talking to people. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe I should do this. And this aunt of mine that is a beautiful, mentor to me, she said, Heather, you're good at what you do. This is when I was like 14. Don't do it for free, even if it's fun. Charge people. Or you're going to be like me and you'll be at the family reunion and everybody's going to line up asking for a free haircut. She goes, charge everybody and start charging them now. Don't wait. And I thought, okay, so people would ask how much you charge. And I charge $15 for that. I'm just making it up as I went. But because I saw the stacks of cash that I would count for her and she gave me the advice, don't do it for free, even if you're young. That's when I realized I could start making money. And I actually have clients that I have seen since I was 15 that I still take care of today. almost 30 years later.
I was about to say only 15 years later, maybe, but
nearly. But yeah, so like that's when I was like, oh, this is cool.
Amazing.
And truthfully, I never wanted to do anything else. Like ever since I was
those
little.
people are so lucky because finding a hairstylist is so hard. Even myself, I don't do much. I literally just do like little face framing, little trim. But sometimes even find someone who can just do the right face framing, is so difficult. So those people are very lucky to have someone that they can stick with for so long.
It's fun. I'm the lucky one, but yeah.
That is excellent. So what is it about, other than the conversation, is it just the conversation? What is it about, doing people's hair that just excites you so much?
Listen, folks, I'm a creative. And ever since I was little, the only thing I got for Christmas was art supplies. That's what I wanted. I loved any kind of medium of art. And I wouldn't say I'm a fine artist or even a good one, if I'm being honest with you. I just like to make. I like to make messes. I like to create. And that's a really important part of my life. So doing hair is just art, and it combines art with connection. And I love human connection. And to be honest with you, I didn't know this, but I'm better at that than I am at hair. That's what I love the most, is helping people feel better about themselves. Not to mention, so looking beautiful is a nice component, but there's a lot of beautiful people who don't feel great. And I really love helping people feel understood, loved, and safe. And it's a special space to meet with somebody every 4 to 6 weeks, maybe every few months, to give them a chance to be themselves and to feel nurtured. And I find it a really deep honor to share that with people. Like I said, some of them for 30 years. Yeah. But it's fun. And I have ADD. And I could never imagine myself sitting still for more than 30 minutes. And this is going to be good because you're fun and dynamic, so I can sit here talking to you for an hour. But I'm not good at sitting down. Yeah. And I never, ever considered doing an office type of job or anything else. So it's a fun chance to do something different every 30 to 45 minutes, to get to see different people, to converse, to connect, and then to make them look good. Yeah. So I'm doing art, making friends, and I would go home from work sometimes and be like, did I really just get paid for this today? Yeah. That's how fun it is. So I just love it.
I can totally relate because doing video work, I did video and photography before making it a career. And likewise, you're having fun and especially some of those extra creative shoots you do, or just these conversations like this. And you're just like, oh my goodness, getting paid just to like hang out with people. Right? It's so amazing.
I'm like a rent-a-friend. Am I a rent-a-friend right now? That's what it felt like. Yeah.
Yeah. No, because it's so fun. Like, I don't know how it's so easy just to start talking life when it comes to your hairdresser. And I don't know, getting your hair, I always say played with, even when it's just getting cut. It just feels so good. Just get your hair played with.
So many people get relaxed. And also, if you think about it, dentists get really close up in your space, but your mouth is open. They got instruments in your mouth. You can't really talk and hang out. Hairdressers that close into your space, and you're usually with them 1, 2, 3 hours. Yeah. And you're with them regularly. So this is a person you see month over month or every other month. So we get to see, your first date. I had a guest, I remember I got her hair ready for her first dance at prom. I did her hair for her wedding. I did her baby's first haircut. You get to see people through these phases of life.
That's so beautiful.
And it's really special. And sometimes you get to do that and then you get to help do their hair for their funeral. You know what I mean? Like you get to see people through every phase of life.
Have you had to do that?
I actually have not, but a lot of people in my salon have, and it's a beautiful privilege and honor to help people in that final transition out of life, So it's just something that's really magic that we get to be kind of behind the scenes in these pivotal moments. We're oftentimes the first person who finds out that they're going to have a baby, or that they're going through a divorce, or that they got into college, or that, this thing that they wanted worked out. And we get to be there for it, but you're kind of relaxed. Like you said, you're captive. You're sitting still for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we're right up in your space. So there's just this automatic kind of sense of comfort and intimacy, I think, that we can have as hairstylists with our clients.
Excellent. And you're more than just a hairstylist because you're helping other hairstylists be professional or be, professionals, successful professionals. And so what was that transition to say, oh, I can do more. I can help more people, not just with the transformation of looking beautiful, but helping others achieve those transformations?
Such a great question. Thank you, Taylor. Well, so I've worked at the same salon since I got out of high school. Wow. I went to beauty school down the street in Mesa.
They're so lucky to have it. So amazing.
I am lucky. I should say I'm very, very lucky. And I do believe we create our own magic. And that is something that I embrace. I went to beauty school in high school at the Votech school called EVIT here in Mesa. It was one of the first graduating classes from EVIT. And I went to a small charter school just down the street on Center in Maine. So, I had kind of an interesting I didn't love school that much. I wasn't a bad student, but I didn't care that much. That's my deal. And the opportunity to go to beauty school in high school was a really great fit. was something I did. I got out of that right away, started working for this salon, and probably 8 years ago, the owner, who is a dear, beautiful man that I learned so much from, he said, "Hey, would you ever think about buying the salon?" And I was like, "You're crazy. Why? Like, I would never want to do that. That's crazy. It's a ton of work. It's like managing cats and trying to get cats to do tricks. Like creative professionals, no." And so I remember telling him that. And little did I know that my life was going to be taking some really big twists and turns. The beautiful human that I married and partnered with and had 3 amazing children with lost his job pretty abruptly 4 years ago during the pandemic. And we needed to pivot as a family. And at that same time, my boss approached me again and said, "Would you consider buying the salon?" And I thought, maybe, actually. And very quickly, I assumed the position of the salon director, so to speak. The team didn't know I was purchasing it, but I began to take over education and other facets of the salon and transitioned in as the owner a few short months after that. It was a very quick pivot. I feel like at the time, my life was like a dumpster that got dumped on top of itself and thrown down a hill.
In COVID that you
Literally, yes. If you want an exciting life, I suggest that you buy a business during COVID, especially one that's like,
face to face.
Face to face.
No social distancing.
Yeah, it was great. It was really like everybody.
You use one of those old people claws to try to grab your hair.
Yeah, no problem. Like the old Floby. Like everybody gets. You get a mask. Everybody get 3 masks.
Oh man.
It was interesting and daring, but that transition and that point was very overwhelming. And I had this business that was run with so much integrity and love, but maybe had a lot of things that weren't systems yet or processes. So very quickly, as a person with nary an associate degree, I started seeing gaps and things that needed to happen so the business could run more successfully. And I started implementing those things, just kind of naturally. It came to me naturally to know what to do. And as I began to do more of that, I thought, there is so much to do. I can't do hair, parent 3 beautiful children, lead a team and educate them, and do it all well. So I got very overwhelmed, as one could imagine.
Find time to eat and use the restroom. Like, that's super important.
That's actually ridiculous. I remember being like, I drink my food. I'm like, how many calories? Can I get the most calories possible in this small thing that I can drink? Like, guzzle it.
Hey, some of those protein drinks, they can pack a punch.
And add some olive oil and you're good for at least 8 hours.
Right.
So I just realized, like, I'm burning the candle at both ends and in the middle. Like, everything is a lot. My hair was on fire. And a lot of things were going well. Beautiful things happening, transformations in the salon. We did a remodel. We're getting the team into education. At the same time, I was drowning, absolutely drowning, while on fire, which is hard to be on fire and in the water at the same time.
You're like that dog, that meme, like, everything's fine, this is fine,
everything's fine. Legitimately, that was my life for multiple years. And on top of that, I got asked to audition to be a member of the Goldwell national team, which was a huge honor. I'd been educating for them for several years. Got flown to New York. I auditioned. I rolled up with like some mannequin heads. I'm like, I'm from Gilbert. I got a salon in Mesa. I drive a minivan. And like these bougie, gorgeous people with a Gucci satchels the size of my house and an entourage of models. They're there to demonstrate an audition. And I was like, should I just go home? Like, I felt very out of place. But I think for some reason they must have been looking for a normal person for the team, because I got the gig. And I joined the national team a little over 2 years ago,
and they were looking for talent,
so
which you
fun.
have. So
they just needed a normal guy.
A normal person with talent, though. Don't discount that.
We won't discount it, but I was kind of astounded because truly, if you saw the caliber of people I was auditioning with, I was very humbled. Well, guess what that entails? Traveling on the weekends, booking travel, checking in for flights, preparing classes and slide decks on top of the other gigs I had. So I got a little more overwhelmed, and I realized the opportunity was too good to not take. Well, this feels like a long story because it is. Because I had no idea what would happen next. And I started using, at my friend's behest, I started using a virtual assistant. And my first thing was, I do hair, I work with people, I'm an in-person business. I'm not an accountant, I'm not like a white-collar person in an office. How do I use a virtual assistant? As a hairdresser, like, are they gonna help me cut my hair? You know what I mean? I feel like this is weird.
At first you didn't see where those gaps were of like, where can you
No.
where's the 80% of time that isn't your expertise?
Right.
But you mentioned it, the scheduling.
Oh, actually, all the things. Listen, I'm great at booking flights. I book travel. I'm good at a lot of those things, right? We're all good at so many things. But like, do I make any money when I schedule my flights? No.
And are you uniquely good? You know how to get the best flights, unless you're uniquely good at it. You shouldn't be doing it.
Right. Not to mention, like, is it that fun for me?
Yeah.
To be booking a flight.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So I didn't even go there yet. I started with social media, which also
Easy. No.
I don't I'm not really good at that. I don't really care, but I had to do it for my new job as a national artist. So I hired somebody to help manage my social media. And then we together, she did the content creation and capturing, and then we together decided to hire a virtual assistant to engage in the posts. When we began engaging and training this person to literally copy and paste a few, these are your approved of things, engage in this specific way, 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
We had 3 new hires within a few months, something we've been looking for. And I thought, this is great. Maybe you can start doing this too. And then pretty soon I thought, well, if I can do it from my computer, why can't they do it from their computer? And if I can do it from my phone, why can't they do it from their phone? If I'm doing this virtually too, like I don't go up to a ticket counter and buy a ticket for an airline.
Yeah.
I do it online. Somebody else can be doing that for me while I do something else. Now, assuming an hourly rate of conservatively $50 an hour for someone who's doing any kind of professional or trade skill, I wouldn't pay somebody $50 to book a flight for me.
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't pay somebody $50 to schedule appointments. And I started thinking, well, I'm paying this assistant a fraction of that. I could do 2 more haircuts this week and pay for her to work for me for 20 hours. And I like cutting hair a hell of a lot more than I like being on a computer.
Yeah.
So pretty soon, my wheel started spinning and I started having her do more and more. I also suck at slide decks, but I have ideas. So then I would start rattling off ideas to her. And next thing you know, I am in the creative zone focusing on leading my teams. I'm having my assistant pull my KPIs for my business, help get spreadsheets put together for our product sales, create printed materials and order them and have them shipped so we can do our specials and promotions. And next thing you know, I'm getting to bed without waking up in panic, wondering if I had her start checking my Google reviews.
Nice.
I had her start pretty much everything but brush my teeth and put my kids to bed.
Yeah. And then do what you enjoy doing.
I just did that. And what I really enjoy is connecting with people, consulting, leading, and helping empower creatives to do more what they love, which I realized I'd way rather do this than all the other things I was doing in an office behind a computer. And if you love that, keep doing it. It's not about like, you shouldn't work on your own spreadsheets, but I'm thinking, I need to start acting like the CEO of my own business.
And that's the thing. Sometimes, even if you're good and you enjoy the spreadsheets, is that your unique ability?
Unique ability is such a great point you're bringing up.
And so if it's not your unique ability, you could be great at it, but that's going to keep you in that zone of staying plateaued where
The hamster wheel zone.
The hamster wheel zone. So yeah, we're going to be speaking similar language because we were both at a recent NABO event.
Yes. So they did have a slide of a hamster wheel. You're right.
Yes.
But I would refer to that. I would say I feel like I've been in a dead sprint on a treadmill. Like I'm going uphill on a treadmill in a dead sprint, and like, where am I getting? As soon as I started using this assistant, things started clicking. I was wearing less hats. And a lot of people, I had to do it all. I shouldn't say I have to do it all. All of it has to be done.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be the one doing it. And so many people I talk to are like, but I'm a control freak. I'm like, I wish I could tell you were unique, sweetheart.
Yeah, right.
Aren't we all? But I really like to make sure it's done right. Tell me more. Do you also like burnout? Do you like adrenal fatigue? Do you like panic attacks and cold sweats in the middle of the night when you realize you dropped the ball yet again?
Right.
Well, then you shouldn't be doing it all.
Yep.
So as I started doing this, traveling the country and having so much more ease in my life and doing more of what I loved, I was like, more people like me need this help. And if you've ever been to London, or anybody who has, and the tube, it's mind the gap. There's a voice in the overhead speak.
Yes.
Mind the gap. And I was sitting there telling person after person, as a salon owner, you need to hire an assistant. I know it sounds weird, but here's what you do. And I started training people how to use an assistant. Doing this because I wanted to help my people.
Were you charging at the time? You weren't listening to your aunt's advice. What did she say?
Well, because I was good at hair. I don't have an MBA. I'm not an accountant. I don't know anything about anything. I'm rolling my eyes at myself saying this 2 years ago, or it was a year ago. But I started just being like, there is such a gap between creative professionals and entrepreneurs who are doing everything and not like, and needing to get the things done, and then getting the help they need and knowing how to outsource and delegate. And so one of our taglines is delegate to dominate.
Nice.
Like, I want you to delegate to dominate.
Yes.
You don't have to do it all. So I started being like, okay, everybody in my business is like me. I mean, hairdressers were like, I wish we could say
Everyone
we're
in your
unique.
industry. Yeah.
We're all creative. We love to like be with people. We like to do art. And then we have like all the bills to pay and then the invoices. And I'm like, I started training my assistant, who doesn't work with an accountant or a white collar executive. I mean, I'm all over the place already, right? And I reverse engineered what I needed to help other people like me. And by the time my own assistant was too busy to take other people, I said, can we train some of your friends? Because she came from a call center background. And she said, yes. So I developed a training program and I started teaching people and I started referencing and referring more people. And I said, I think there's a gap here. And I think if I mind the gap, a lot of people are going to need this service. Virtual assistants are not a new idea. Been around for at least 20 years. People have been doing this for a minute. But I haven't seen a lot of people target or understand the needs of a neurodiverse creative professional. So I doubled down on it.
So wait, so you're in business since
April of
2024?
yeah.
There you go.
And it started off as kind of like, hey, I've got a few friends. Will you try this and tell me what you think?
Yeah.
And then taking feedback, doing some new iterations, and then building it. And there was definitely bumps along the way. But long story, way too long. I took my burnout and overwhelm, started getting help, and found a way to help other people with the same thing, get the same help, and realized I'm too busy doing this to not charge. And it's taking me away from my clients behind the chair leading my team. I actually don't really do hair anymore except for on models, friends and family, and then to teach and present. Because I have become so busy leading my team at Spark. But it filled such a huge gap and such a huge need. We have clients across the US and Canada with people in the UK becoming more interested in what we're doing.
Excellent.
And we don't just work with salons now. We work with all kinds of people who are like, I just ask people this, like, if you want one of the following three things, we can work together. One of them is, do you want to have more fun? And maybe you don't. I mean, you might not want to have more fun. It's okay. Tell me about your life because I want to hang out with you if you already have as much fun as you want. Do you want more fun? Do you want more money? And do you want more time?
Yeah, I don't know who would say no to any of those
Any
questions.
of those, right?
They're crazy.
Well,
or just living life, like, like you said, living large already. Like,
listen, and like maybe you have enough money, good for you. Maybe you have enough time, even better. Maybe you have enough
I
fun.
think the majority of entrepreneurs or business owners, not so much.
No.
Yeah, there's always a gap. And whether it is the gap of, your admin, that's the number one thing that people need to let go of.
Plus, it's
really
boring.
Hard. Yeah.
I mean, with all due respect, if you're an admin professional, we appreciate, we
love
salute you, we love you.
You do it, don't you? Bookkeepers, love you. But
And legitimately, like my sister's an accountant mind, and she loves spreadsheets and numbers. I'm like, that's cute. Why don't you do all that and then send me the report? Because I'm the CEO of my business. I don't need to do it and be in the weeds. But I need a report. And I need to look at it and understand it. I don't need to pull the reports and input them. I'm not saying it's boring because what they love is boring. I'm saying it's boring to me. Just like hair and art might be boring to them. So stop doing what you don't like. Do more of what you do like. Have more time, have more money, have more fun. If you like that, then I like working with you. And if you don't, I want to hang out.
Right.
That's it.
Love it.
That's why I did it. So I accidentally started a business.
Well, but that's how some of the best businesses, best products are created, is from a true need. You had a need, you had a problem, and said, okay, how can I solve this? You solved the problem for yourself, and then now it's just replicating
Copy and paste it for other people.
And give it to other people.
Yeah.
You know the formula works.
Yeah.
And so that's excellent.
And we try to make it bespoke because a lot of firms that are more geared towards a white collar professional, I always say, which with all due respect to our 50 and plus white men who wear suits and ties, I'm like, they're all made like for a 55-year-old white guy, for a 55-year-old white guy in an office. And like that demographic doesn't relate to people like me.
Yeah.
I look at their websites and I'm like, boring. Like I can't see myself in it. I don't think any of it's relatable. And I'm like, I couldn't use an assistant because like that's not me. So I want people to see themselves. You could be a stay-at-home dog mom and need an assistant, and I could tell you how. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So anyway, it's
everyone needs help with stuff. Life is
for sure.
There's too much to deal with, between the grocery shopping, even just thinking about like the mom schedule that we have to deal
for
with.
sure. Because you've got two babies of your own. Forget about it.
Much.
I don't sign my kids up for summer school. I don't book our summer camp. I was going on a work trip to New York.
Oh, you have your assistant too. I never even thought about that. Why do I have my assistants do personal stuff too?
It gets better, girl. So your grocery order, if you're like me, I eat kind of the same thing. I like mix it up a little bit, but like copy and paste, make sure the grocery order is ready and delivered so I don't have to look at it. If you're busy like me and you forget to eat, it's embarrassing. I love food, but I just get distracted, ADD much. I'm like, these are the 3 places I like to eat. These are the 3 things I like to eat there. Check my schedule for me since you have access to it and make sure it's DoorDash to me during my window of time that I can eat every day.
That's smart.
Voila.
That's smart.
I'm not starving anymore.
That's so smart.
I went to New York for work. I said, book my trip to New York, and then I want you to get tickets using my points to fly my kids out and my 2 nephews.
Yeah.
Can you do that for me? I want to stay within 10 blocks of Times Square. I want dinner reservations on Friday, somewhere nice, less than $100 a person at 6 p.m., and then I want tickets for a show that night. These are the 3 shows we're interested in. Middle, back of the house, no more than $200 a ticket.
So what show did you go to?
We saw 6, which my daughters, like, they were all about it. You know, the boys, it was good. It was cute. But basically, driving home from work, I went like this. And I did a voice note as I'm driving of all the things I'm brain dumping. And it was like this. Hey, Irene, would you mind booking this, this, and this? We want to stay here. Blah, 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 blah. And like, I'm downloading all the ideas I have for the day on my drive home. Mm-hmm. And then I put my phone down.
Yeah.
And then I get an itinerary proposal a day or 2 later. And I'm like, yes, looks good. Let's look at a different restaurant. Done.
Okay, done. Yeah, I don't know why my brain has never been like, I can use my, admin assistance for personal stuff. I've never thought about that. But yeah, I should definitely use it for my personal
Let me
things
blow
too.
your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blow my mind.
That's
Yeah,
it.
wow.
And why not? Like, why not?
Yeah, why not? You're so right. I don't know why. I guess because I've always had that, well, you have separate bank accounts, you have separate assistants perhaps. But no, it's just, my assistants are my assistants and yeah, why not have them book other things? What's the difference between calling a client and calling a restaurant?
Very little.
Yeah, very little.
It's a phone call. It's all kind of the same.
Yeah, if they know how to make phone calls, they know how to make phone calls.
Exactly.
My brain was like, they could only do certain phone calls.
And that, Taylor, was free $99. But if you buy now, just kidding.
Right.
But no,
Right.
that's what I'm
How much
saying.
I owe you.
So many times, no, I love conversations like this. And honestly, like, I don't even like to charge for it because it's fun for me to solve puzzles. Yeah. Not in the traditional sense, but in this like,
Because those are way too time consuming.
yeah, no. So sorry about the ADD much. I'm like, that's neat. Call me when there's like 2 pieces left.
Right.
But really, if you think about it, like, if I can make the lives of people around me easier with more flow, more happiness, more fun, like, my work here is done. I'm happy I was alive. That's like what I want to contribute and leave an impact on the earth, is to make room for people to have more fun doing what they love.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, trust me, I'm going to be sending a voice memo here, like right when we're done this recording. I got my son's birthday party planned. I'm like, we have to, rent some chairs and tables to just be able to fit everyone in our backyard. So, boom.
Give them the budget, give them the distance parameters, give them the color scheme, literally.
Yeah, done.
And then be like, I'd like a dossier prepared of your proposal. That's the company we'll go with. Yeah. And it's funny because any of my clients that I talk to, I do like follow-up calls after a few months. Like, how's it going? We check in. And that's the thing. Like, you can hire your own assistants, or you can go with a firm. The reason why I suggest people go with our firm, clearly, because we're more fun, but because you can have a little bit more of the personal touch, oversight, and a team backing you. But I like to have a follow-up call and just start asking about more of your life or your tasks and help you think outside the box, which is what I'm good at. As an artist, this is like the gift, is to be like, well, have you thought about this? Or have you tried that? I mean, if your dog needs groomed every 2 months, why are you setting up like, have them make all your recurring appointments? It's just, it's more fun this way.
It is way more fun that way. I love it. And what's also super duper fun is this jacket.
It's out of control, right?
So much. There's so much going on. Tell me some tales about this jacket. Did you pick every single patch to go on there?
Do you want to know the real story, or do I tell like a censored story for the peoples of the
I
internet?
personally want to know the real story. It's up to you what story you want to tell.
Are we allowed to cuss here on this show?
You're allowed to do whatever you want. This is your show. This is the Story
I don't
for
know.
a Global
Well,
show.
I want to be, well, it's okay. So here's the truth. I like making magic happen for people. It makes me really happy. And I like to play games.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just how I do.
I'm getting excited.
This is how it goes. Also, experts only need apply. And you do deserve my best, Taylor. So I will tell you the real story about this jacket.
I love this. Yes.
Okay, so my life has not been super fun the last 4 years. It's been really hard. There's been some difficult things and some big life transitions that have been, frankly, quite traumatic. Yeah. And sometimes I find that in those moments, those catalysts, we can accelerate, we can make more magic, we can use this alchemy to change things and transmute energy to something beautiful and powerful, or we can disintegrate and fall to the ground. I did a bit of both, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, I haven't been, this is like, you're like, oh, this got real deep real quick.
No, I'm with you.
Real story. So like, things are hard.
Yeah.
Things have been hard.
Life is hard.
Sometimes doesn't feel worth living. I'm here to say it is. Please keep going. Always, always, always it gets better. Even when you don't think it's going to. And I'm one who has had some of those dark moments where I've questioned.
Yeah, the only way you get a rainbow is after the storm.
And the only way through it is through it.
Yeah.
And getting all the support and help you can. So I'm a huge advocate of that, which like, let's talk about the jacket. This got like a little sober. Okay. But what I found was like, I was not enjoying my life. I was not living into my soul and my magic and my joy. And it was no one's fault but my own. And I was stuck and I didn't know how to get out of it. And so I started playing with having more fun, remembering my wholeness, remembering joy, and trying to find pockets of that in my life. It's kind of hard to do when you're depressed, when you're anxious, when you're having panic attacks, when you're overwhelmed. Pre-assistant days, folks. And so I was like, I have lost my joy and I'm not engaging in my life. I'm not showing up as me. And I decided to start practicing doing that.
Yes.
So stupid little things would happen where I'm like, let's see if, like, I would just do something preposterous to, I found out that this is like a psychological tactic, by the way. But a little thing like when you walk into an elevator, sounds so stupid. But if you walk into an elevator, instead of facing the door like everybody does, you face the people and you look at them in the eye.
Well, you gotta say hello at least when you walk in. You know, I'm someone, I cannot be like this close to anybody.
Clearly, because you're so friendly.
Saying like, hello, how are you doing? How's your day?
You're a warm, friendly person. But like, a lot of us walk around we're half dead zombies. We're walking around as half dead zombies on robot mode, and people are like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you say, "Good. How are you?" "Good." And then you keep going like a zombie. And so when people ask me how I'm doing, I usually say, "The truth," which might be most times, "I'm really happy." And people stop, and they're like, "You would think I just told them something really mind blowing." And so many people, I say it because it's true. I'll say, "I'm really happy," and they're like,
"That's awesome."
It snaps them like the checkout counter person. They're like, all of a sudden they turn into a human. It reminds me of like a gray
Just
black and white movie, and all of a sudden like it turns color, and they're like,
Okay.
now we're awake. So I like to wake people up. I like to challenge them to not think outside the box because that's
It's like
very
the Wizard of Oz when it turns
yes,
to color.
yes, like that. So like I don't want people to think outside the box. I want them to stand on the box to get a better view. So I do these little things, and I started practicing that more, and I was noticing it was fun. And if I was having a weird day, I would be like, "I'm not sure I will survive today. How are you?" People are like, "That's weird."
I love this.
It wakes people up.
It makes people up. Yes.
I am overwhelmed to an extent I can't describe to you. "How are you today, Taylor?" And people are like,
Needing to know more about your overwhelm now.
No, but people mostly they're like, "Bro, I just work at Starbucks."
Right. Like, you're not really supposed to interact with me. You're supposed to just, like, not respond.
Wait, you didn't read the script. You're a zombie. You're supposed to go to school, go to college, find a partner, get married, have 2.5 kids, have a job, save your 401k, be miserable, then die like the rest of us, motherfucker.
Right.
Okay?
And then let the bugs
I wish
eat
we
you.
had a camera for your camera guy back here. This is pretty
He's rocking
freaking
right
awesome.
now.
But what I'm telling you is you're like, tell me about the damn jacket already. But this is how we live. So I started practicing let's be awake and not be zombies.
Yes.
Let's be more fun. Okay, so then I started getting bigger and bolder. And one time, just as a joke, I heard of this girl, random beautiful girl I knew, and some guy, she was trying on shoes, and some guy at Nordstrom walked up and was like, "You need those," slapped a card on the counter and bought them for her.
Hell yeah.
No strings attached, just like one of those that's cool. And I remember hearing about it and I was kind of like,
Man, you get a free drink, want some free shoes.
what must that be like? That's cool.
Right.
And then also I was kind of like, I wonder what happened if I started thinking about, so I just made it as a joke. I was like, I just want someone to buy me some, Gucci shoes. Being stupid, I want to buy my own damn shoes. Okay, let's get real.
Right.
But I just said it to be stupid to one of my friends being cheeky. Legitimately that night, some bro walks up. I actually just made conversation because I like humans. I'm married at the time. I'm happily married. I'm not even being flirtatious, but we're just talking to humans at a taco place in Scottsdale. And legitimately he stops. I compliment something he was wearing or something about him because he was a nice human and I love humans.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me and goes, "What are you guys doing after this? I want to take you across the street. Let's go buy some shoes."
No way.
And I was like this. I can't let you do that, but in my mind, I'm like, check. I just wanted to know I could.
Right? Okay, universe, I really want some royal blue Converse wedge platform
Let's
shoes.
do it.
Come on.
No, but it was just a fun, and I was like, that was weird. But see, what I like better is doing magic for other people.
Yeah.
So I had a friend, and this is a true freaking story. It was her birthday, and she wanted this Cartier ring. And I was like, I want to be able to buy that for you, but I can't. And I'm like, I'm going to get someone to buy you this ring. Literally within 24 hours, she's at the Cartier store with a stranger. And I was like,
What is that?
that's weird. I'm also an ultimate wingman. I like making connections and I like people. It's not about money to me. I've done it with stupid things like just random small object, like just stuff that I want to be like, I wonder if I can make that happen today. So it's just a fun game I've been playing. Well, then randomly, I have this friend who loves this jacket. We're at the Phoenix Open and she's like, I really love this jacket. I'm like, you need to get it. I'm sure it was a few $100s, but it was super cute. And I was like, buy it.
And in Arizona, we do need jackets. Just so you know, Arizona, we
well,
really
now
do.
I'm going to sound really stupid. This is why I want to tell a story because I'm not the kind of girl who lets people do this for me, but I love to get people. I love, like, if someone sees somebody that they're interested in, I'm like, I'm going to get them to come talk to you. Like, I want to make the connections happen. I want to make your life more fun.
Yeah.
I'm good, but let's see you guys have more fun. So she has this jacket and I was like, you should get it. It's her birthday. It was so cute. And then I was like, it's $950. Forget about it. Well, we circled back because she like loved it so much. And I was like, I'm going to get someone to buy this jacket for you in 10 minutes. And she goes,
man.
and I was like, don't worry about it. We walked away. Somebody walked up to us, a group of people, and they're like, hey, like you guys seem really, we just started making a conversation. Okay. We're not floozies. We're dressed fully. We're not like putting a vibe out there. We're just nice, normal people having a conversation. And I was like, well, this is my friend's birthday. So I like really started talking to her. I was like, it's her birthday. She's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And they literally like, what are we going to do for your birthday? And I was like, well, I want to get her this jacket. They're like, well, let's see it. We walk, it's immediately across. We're just in this open space at the Phoenix Open. She tries it on. He's like, it's so cute. It's perfectly you. I'll get it for your birthday. Actually, one of the guys says, we'll go halfsies. And I said, perfect. And I was going to split it. I was like, yeah, I'll pay for half. And then he's like, you look cool in the yellow one. And I was like, I don't even like yellow. And he's like, try it on. And I was like, did you ask? So we tried it on. Everybody's trying on things. It's a group of people.
Yeah.
Tried on this loud outlandish jacket, which I do freaking love.
It's awesome. Like I love the anti-war patch.
It's stupid.
Like, there's
It's
so
the
many
best.
patches,
It's
the
the
more
best.
I look at
California's for lovers. And
love
then,
it.
And then he's like, no, we're not going halvesies. Why don't we just get both of these jackets? Let's go. And I was like this. I said, I actually can't let you do that because my point is to have fun for people.
Yeah.
This story has nothing to do with anything. But
It's
honestly,
it's this jacket. I love this jacket. Like this jacket has so many tails in it.
I actually really love it.
Yeah.
And I said, I really just wanted to make her birthday dreams come true. And he's like, that's okay. We're just gonna get both. So he like walked up, bought both jackets, and I was like, next time I'm gonna talk about a car.
Right? That's how
Why did I say I was gonna get you a jacket? And it took, I told her 10 minutes, it was 5.
Wow.
And I didn't ask, like I didn't go up and be like, my friend wants this jacket. Will you get it? Like that's stupid and
you
annoying.
do like a hey Mr. status. Like
Gross. It actually kind of grosses me out. And the truth is like, I want to just surprise people and be like, those blue wedge Converse look amazing on you.
Yeah.
I want those to be yours. And I want to do that for people.
Yes.
I want to do that for people. That's more fun to me. But anyway, it's really weird. And I just was like, that was a game. And it's just a fun game to play to say, what can we do? Like, what would it be like if? And then like, we'll just play a game and we'll see what happens.
All right.
That's dumb. Maybe that's just a
No,
really.
that's so fun. That's
it's
so
kind
awesome.
of embarrassing because I
And
actually
power
don't.
to you. You have a superpower right there to just really put out intentions.
I don't let people
and
buy
say,
things
I'm
for
gonna
me,
get
but
them.
I like to get fun things for my friends.
Yeah. No, that's
Whatever
awesome.
it is. Like,
and this is such a fabulous jacket. Like if you wouldn't have taken this jacket, if I would have heard some sort of story that you could have had this wicked awesome jacket, and then you said you were going to get this jacket,
I actually refused it because it didn't feel morally right to me.
Oh man!
I actually said, you can't buy me. That's not like what this, this is not an exchange I'm interested in. And he's like, no, this is just your friend's birthday and you're a good friend. I'm a killer wingman.
Yeah, it's killer. Yes,
It's my favorite.
That's awesome.
the weird, that's the true story. I should have just said thanks. I like the patches.
No, that's even better story because the truth is always a better story. You know, you got to think a lot of like comedians. The best stories are actually their true stories of their lives, and so the best stories are the true ones from our lives.
Mostly I want to just surprise people and disarm them, and I want to buy them things and surprise them. I want to make people's I want to be a day maker for people. It's fun for me.
That is excellent, and I'm definitely going to take up on the just switching up the response of how's your day going. You know,
Tell the truth for a change.
Well, a lot of times I do think it's good because I really do think you could choose your own happiness.
Sure.
And I always try to stay on the positive side of
like
things.
that.
You know, like even if things aren't going good, like, you know what, I'm still breathing. You know, family's still healthy. That's good. You know, so at the end of the day, the answer is good, but it should be beyond that. And it shouldn't be just this almost rhetorical response that we're all so used to. So
Right.
I love that, just switching it up on them.
And maybe a different word for good, you know, like that you're happy.
Surplendous. I think that's a word.
Surplendous. Actually, I feel like it is officially as of today, if it's not already, but it might be.
But surplendous, it does sound like extra good.
Mm-hmm. And nobody's going to be like, hey Siri, what does surplendous mean?
Right.
They'll be like, good for you.
Right, surplendous.
Yeah, and if you're tired, just like I'm tired.
Yeah. No, that I've definitely admitted that one.
Yeah.
You know, I think once I became a mom, I was more like, okay, to be like, yeah, no, I'm tired. Before mom, you know, just being an entrepreneur, staying up until, 2, 3 a.m. I didn't think I could say I was tired. But once I had kids, I was like, no, I'm freaking tired.
I feel like we're allowed to feel all of our feelings regardless of our familial status, our employment status. And sometimes we think we have to be a certain way before we can be like, now I'm sad.
Right.
Now
that's
everything
true.
bad. And I'm like, maybe you just feel sad today. Also, I give a lot of spontaneous hugs. I ask permission. It's always important to ask. But that was one of my magic things. Like there's other magic things. There's a big, beautiful piece of art at a museum I was at in LA. And it just said, you are somebody special or something like that. You are very special. And this random dude, probably 25, and his mom were standing there. And I was just looking at it. I just really liked it. It had a big crown, it's like a multimedia giant print. And I looked at him and I said, you know what? It's true. And he had this I was like, you are special. And he just looked at me like no one had said that to him in his life. Aww. It was actually really like a sweet moment of humanity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after, is sweet moments of humanity and connection.
Yeah.
And he just stopped. And I mean, he was like kind of overwhelmed. And I said, can I hug you? And he goes, please. So I hugged him. I'm like, you are somebody special. And it was so cute Well, then as we're checking out of the museum store, I bought the postcard because I liked that moment. I wanted to remember it. He was in the freaking line next to me out of this museum with hundreds of people. And I looked at him, I said, "You are somebody special." And he just smiled, and his mom was there. I'm like, "Do you need another hug?" Gave him and his mom a hug. And I was just like, nobody expects that.
No.
And also, a bunch of half-dead zombies, man.
Yeah, no, it's just, when you pass someone on the street, just say hi. Anytime, even if it's just a simple hi, hope you're having a good day.
Yeah.
Just
and
be
if
human.
someone's sad, it's even harder to reach out, but that's actually even more beautiful to be brave if someone's hurting and say, "Hey, I don't know you and I know I'm a stranger, but are you safe?" Or is there something I can do for you? Like, go get them a piece of fruit or a glass of water and a tissue, if nothing else. Like, even if they're strung out on drugs, even if it's their fault they're crying, like, they're crying. Just be a human,
Human, yeah.
Like the moments of humanity, I think, that's the magic. That's actually all the magic is.
Love that. So I always like to kind of know, what's your favorite animal with a tail?
Tortoises have tails, and I love tortoises.
Oh, I love that. I love it. We have a different answer today. Yes, I love that
They're
answer.
not furry. They're hard.
Yes.
They're reserved. They're slow to warm up. And
Great,
I love tortoises.
Arizona answer, too.
Well, you're welcome. Repping the Southwest here with my turquoise bolo tie and my tortoise rep. Yeah, I love tortoises.
Tortoises. I love that answer. I love that answer. Now tell me, what's a tale you wish you would have told your younger self?
A tale that I wish I would have told my younger self is a tale that I just began telling myself as a 41-year-old. And that is, it's okay to be different and to be wild and free and to live to the fullest extent that you're capable without worrying about being too much for other people, because the chances are you are too much for other people and you should embrace it and be the most much that you possibly can. I wish I had told myself that when I was younger.
I love that. I feel like mostly for women, I don't know, it's just because I'm a woman, so I can relate. It's so hard to have that confidence at a young age. It takes us until our, 30s or beyond, it seems like, to really, feel full within ourselves and what we're capable of. So, so I hope anyone listening out there, if you are a younger person, to really listen to what Heather just said there. It's so important.
Yeah, and for me, it's not even about confidence as much as just being like, if I don't fit a certain mold or a box that was prescribed to me, like perhaps I don't need that box, or like, I can make something pretty out of it. It's going to be like a Legos over here in the corner.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone have different shaped boxes, or maybe it's not even a box. It's
not a box anymore.
It's a vase now. Everyone has different things. So that's excellent.
Yeah.
And then do you have any favorite tales that you've ever read or heard? So your favorite book or favorite movie?
Okay, you're not going to love me very much for this, but I'm very pop culture illiterate. That's
fine.
Yeah, I know. So I don't really watch a lot of movies.
All good. It can be one from your childhood. Like, I've had people say their favorite book is The Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh, that's really cute. Do you want to know my real favorite tale?
What?
It's of my great grandpa. He died while working in his yard. A tractor rolled over on him. It's great. He was like 90 something. Okay. Like, it's not great that he was going to be dead by now anyway. Yeah. With all due respect.
Yeah, no, totally. It's just
he
biology.
died working hard.
Yeah.
And he was, during the Great Depression, this was just a tale that my mom would tell me growing up. He couldn't get a job, and he went and started working for free. He just showed up to work and said, "Well, I'm a working man, so I'm just going to work." And he worked on a farm, and they finally, his family was starving. They only had like bread and oranges to eat from their backyard. And they started saying, "Well, you can take home the leftovers." And so then they started giving him food to feed his family. And then they started giving him a little paycheck because he was such a hard worker, and they admired his ethic. That same tale was told to my dad when he couldn't get a job during the housing crisis of the 80s. He was a construction worker. And my mom told him the story of my grandpa and great grandpa. And so my dad put on his tool belt and went to a job site and started working for free, and soon was made the foreman of said job site. And the salon I worked at wasn't hiring when I went to get a job. And my mom told me the story about my grandpa and my dad, and I was like, all right. So I just showed up and started sweeping floors and was like, I'm just going to observe. And they want to be like, she's not going away. So they put me on payroll, and now I own it. But I love the story of my grandpa, because my grandpa, that little tale, which is true, empowered me and gave me an idea. It was like a little fable, but a fable about a real human that I was related to. So that's my favorite tale, is my grandpa and how he just worked and worked, and he was a working man, so he showed up to work whether or not there was work for him.
That is an excellent tale. I think that's even better than, a fiction story, because it's something where you can truly hold on to the truth of it. Yeah. A lot of times, I love the self-development and the career books. You hear all these great messages and they tell all these stories, but I still have to believe in myself that these stories are real, that this really did happen. For you, you don't have to have that extra bit of forced belief to go, oh, maybe this is real. Maybe this did really happen. Maybe this could, no, you have kind of pure hard fact. Like, this happened.
DNA.
And this is a reality. Yes. Right?
Yeah. I think unfortunately, or whatever it is, I really like I don't like fiction that much. I tend to prefer real things, and I think real things are the more magic things of all. So.
Well, I can tell just from this wonderful interview we had that, your reality has some beautiful tales and stories in it. So you don't need to fill it up with fiction because you already have enough exciting things going on.
And if you don't, you can always make them up, man.
Yes.
We can always go find it. Call me. I'll help you find magic.
Oh, there's an adventure at every corner. So this has been such a pleasure, Heather. I truly appreciate you. How could people stay in touch with you and everything that you're doing from Spark Pro Global to even the salon?
Well, Tantrum Salon, we've got Instagram for both of them and our website. If you want to find out what we're doing, news and events, we like to host community things and invite people into our space at Tantrum, whether they're artists or makers or we've got sound baths and different things. So you can keep abreast of that. You can go to our website, sign up for our newsletter at tantrumhairsalon.com, I'm pretty sure, but Google it, it'll be there. And then Spark Pro Global on Instagram is the place that you can follow those adventures and what we're doing. And we're building out a separate website now because we've started with the emphasis on salon and creative professionals. But now that the company has started is resonating with more and more people, we are building out a separate site to help other types of entrepreneurs. So there's those two sites that you can look forward to. I think it's Spark Assist or Spark Pro Assist. Anyway, I don't really know, but you can definitely find me on Instagram at least.
We'll have links in the show notes.
At least on Instagram, yeah. Or somebody that I was on a podcast with one time, they just gave their phone number out. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, that's pretty baller. Yeah, no, not on my phone. I won't answer.
Give your assistant's phone.
reach out to Irene. She's lovely, and she would be happy to put you on my calendar. Anyway, yeah.
That's where you get the burner phone. Just that one number is for that.
No, I don't even answer my phone. It's embarrassing. It's on silent and do not disturb at all times.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, Instagram's the best place right now, or our website.
Excellent. And then as we close here, if you were to give just one bit of advice to a creative professional who is looking to be successful in the industry, whether it's makeup, hair, or any other creative field, what would be that one recommendation to get started?
I think we first need to establish what success means. And I would say forget any other measure of success except for, are you enjoying what you're making? Do you like to look at what you do? Whether it is art, whether it's writing, whether it's a spreadsheet. Make things that you're proud of, do them with all of your intention, heart, and love. And who gives two shits if anybody buys it or likes it? Do what you like to do and make it beautiful for you. And that's my definition of success.
Boom. I would say drop the mic, but
there's no mic to drop.
Don't rip it down for this show. No, that was amazing. This was such a great interview. I truly appreciate your time, Heather. Definitely take a look at Heather, follow her, look for all the notes in the show notes. She's an amazing, awesome person who is an amazing wingman that we've heard. So if you want to need some things in your life,
hey, if you want more fun, call me, right?
Right, definitely. I'll be calling you. We'll be hanging out a lot more here soon.
Thank you, Taylor, so much for having me.
Thank you, Heather. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching Tales with Taylor. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Financial Potion YouTube channel to never miss an episode.